Hi, my name is Jamani from Brooklyn, New York. Barebone.java.com GWT tutorial series. This tutorial covers downloading softwares needed for basic GWT GWT development. To save time in making the upcoming tutorial short, I recommend we download and set up the download first. I prefer to install to have a designated development space where I download my software. I showed you before where the space would be my GWT sandbox. Inside the download directory is where we'll download most of our software. So one of the first things we're going to need to download is the GWT SDK. So if you go to gwtproject.org, click downloads, you'll see a button that says download GWT SDK. If you do that, you get the latest version. I don't recommend you do that. Why? Because I want you to see the historical information on GWT. When you go to the old version, you get to see all the versions of GWT starting from the first version, version 1.0, all the way up to version 2.70, which is the latest release as of November 20th, 2014. However, we're going to be using the one prior to that, version 2.61. To me, that's a stable version. I know it, so therefore that's the one I'm going to base the tutorial on. So if you right click on a zip file that's GWT 2.61 zip, you right click, you save it as a link, and we direct it direct it to our H-Sandbox download, save it, and it's downloaded and save it to the our sandbox. Next is the download the app engine, the GWT Google App Engine. If you go back to the Google project.org site, you click again downloads. On this site also is another reference to the underneath the plugin for Eclipse is the App Engine link. If you click that one, it'll take you over to the App Engine page, the Google App Engine. The Google App Engine is a separate product from GWT. And what is the Google App Engine? The Google App Engine is a platform as a service. Mainly what they decided to do is to have services for Google provides services. One of the services they provide on Google's is an environment where you can build and run applications. However, for us, the Google App Engine is nothing but like they mentioned before, well, they didn't mention it, but I mentioned it. It's a server where we can run our application. Similar as if we had Tomcat. If you're not familiar with what web servers are, Tomcat is one of the servers that runs web applications, J2E application mainly, and we have other ones like JBoss, so forth and so on. So we're going to be using the App Engine to do actually running our application on the server. So let's go further. If you click downloads on the App Engine, the downloads link, it'll take you to the different flavors of the App Engine, of which we have PHP, Python, so forth and so on. But the one we're interested in is the Google App Engine SDK for Java. So we click that, and when we do that, it opens a package, and it shows us the latest version that we have is version 1.917, which we will download. We right click the zip file, save it, and by the way, I'm using Google Chrome as my browser. Whatever format that you use, i.e. Firefox, it's a similar thing. Just download the files that I mentioned. Again, we download to our sandbox and download directory. As I mentioned before, save all your downloads to a safe place for later reference. Maybe I didn't say. Okay. Yeah, I did say. The prior tutorial referenced the sandbox information. So please go to the prior tutorial, which was my development environment and sandbox while doing GWT. So that's downloaded. The next software we're gonna download is Eclipse. Eclipse comes in different flavors. The one we're gonna be using is the Kepler version, 4.3. The version is 4.3, and the name of it is Kepler. Eclipse names its different versions. For example, if you go to the main site of eclipse.org, you go to the downloads page. It'll show you what the latest version that's available for downloading. The latest version is Eclipse Luna, which is version 4.4.1. We will not be using Luna. Uh, at work, I use Kepler, and at home, I use Kepler, and I usually shy away from the latest version of stuff unless till it's been, I guess, polished by the different community, and all the bugs have been removed from it. So let's go back to the Kepler version. So with the Kepler version, we click the downloads link, the downloads URL, and the one we want is the basic Eclipse version, which is Eclipse Standard 4.32. There's a whole suite of Eclipse products that are out there, all free. And Eclipse is a super duper IDE, man, for free. The people at Eclipse.org are awesome, man. So we click Eclipse Standard 4.32. And again, there's download links, and there's different flavors for Eclipse also. There's Eclipse for Linux, Eclipse for the Mac, and Eclipse for the Windows. And Windows, it comes in two flavors, 32-bit and the 64-bit. We are going to be using the 64-bit. If you have a 32-bit machine, please do not download the 64-bit. Use the 32-bit, because on a 32-bit machine, you can't run 64-bit information. But however, you can go on the 64, you can run the 32-bit. Since my environment is my computer is a 64-bit, I'm going to click on this Windows 64-bit. Go to the default download link. You click that. And I don't think, well, I haven't figured out how to right click and download it. So it's going to download it to wherever, well, my case is the C users recorder download, the default environment, my download base environment for Windows. As you can see, I already downloaded it before. It's going through the process of download again, but that's okay. So here, once you finish download, what we do, we'll copy the download over to our sandbox. I like to put everything in a safe environment where I can refer to it later. So while that is going on, we'll go further. And one more thing we have to download is the GWT plugin. So if you go again back to let's go back to the GWT project.org page. We click. It's another way you can get to it is we can go to the downloads and get to it. Let's go getting started. We go to configure Eclipse. There's a reason I'm taking you here, because this page is very important when you're getting started. Google recommends you set up Eclipse one way, which is it automatically configures all the parameters, all the software that you need, all the downloads that you need. However, you don't get to see under the hood what is happening in Eclipse and how to set up, and not only that, to how to set up your environment to do GWT development. So I'm not gonna go this method where that Google follows. I'm gonna go a bare bone version, bare bone Java version, where I get into the nitty gritty inside the details of installing the different softwares. So if you go to this, either way, you come to the install the plugin page, download Eclipse plugin, the Eclipse plugin. There's a link that says Eclipse 4.3, which is since we're using Kepler, we're using 4.3 and Eclipse 3.8-42. So we want the one that says Eclipse 4.3. If you click it, nothing happens. However, this link is not working. If you go any further, it's not gonna work. It's gonna crap out. Let's click the Eclipse 4.2. Then it goes to where it needs to go. And what we do, we change the 4.2 to a 3 at the end of the URL, and then we get it. So, by the way, the exact link is on number one. It's on this video that you need, and also it's on the barebonesjava.com page. You'll find the actual URL also somewhere. You just copy and paste it. But here I just want to take you through it. So once you here on the plugins for Eclipse page, you go to there's a plugins for Eclipse 4.3. There's down below, if I'm not mistaken. Nope. Download and install the plugin. Yeah, jeez. I'm sorry. Download and install plugin link. There's also one more link that you have to click, which is another one at the bottom of the page, which is it basically an alternative method of downloading the plugin. The recommended way of doing it is when you have Eclipse up, you copy this URL and you paste it inside Eclipse and it does all the magic. We're not going to do that. We're going to download the actual software that we need, so we have to use an alternative method, which is let's click let's download and install an archive of the updated site, and we're going to get this plugin. The plugin that we need is version 4.3. We could right click on this and it'll take us and it'll download the plugin to our sandbox. All right, so we have our Eclipse plugin, and I think I mentioned before why there was an issue with the Eclipse version that we need. We have to use in the prior lesson. What did I cover that? Yeah, I did. We have to download Firefox 24. So if you go to this URL, which it was a pain to where the actual URL that you have to go to download Firefox 24. And here it is. It's on the video, and it's also going to be on the barebonesjava.com website. So you right click on Firefox 24, save to our download directory of our sandbox. Good to go. So we have all the software that we need to do our development. So let's take a quick look at our download environment. So we have where's Eclipse? We have Eclipse. I'm gonna have Eclipse download. Eclipse. Okay, we don't have Eclipse. There's an Eclipse the Eclipse is standard Eclipse. The plugin doesn't say plugin, it says COM Google GWT Eclipse Suite. So that throws me off sometimes. So we won't need this anymore. So we copy the Eclipse. Okay. Let's go through what we need. We're gonna need Eclipse download. It's a zip file. We're gonna need the Google's plugin. We're gonna need the App Engine. We're gonna need Firefox 24 and the GWT library. So now that we have all the software downloaded, we need to extract the downloads and move these downloads to our well, we have to extract the downloads and move them to our binary sets sandbox, which is you have to move everything here. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you.